It's become premium dad fitness gear at the minute. So first of all, just welcome. Thank you for taking this 20 minutes for yourself. I think through this practice of this virtual learning that everyone's doing within this group, a lot of it is about self. So before we kick off, let's just take a few deep breaths. So close your eyes. Just breathing in through the nose, if you can, for a count of 4.
You're listening to Beach House Radio.
And releasing it. And doing 5 cycles of those.
So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
You're skeptical of the theater, actually.
You don't need.
And just taking a moment. Let go of any stiffness that you're feeling in your body, or to let go of anything that may have happened this morning, and to recognize and to appreciate self for taking this time to do something that's good for you. And just taking one more deep breath in and letting it go through the mouth. And gently opening up your eyes. The first thing I'd like to do is just focusing on the neck area, nice, slow, long rolls of the neck, where we drop our neck, chin to chest, and lifting up nice and gentle. And continuing with that slow breathing. And we'll stick to this one side for about 30 seconds. When you get to your chin to your chest on your next cycle, just stop there gently. Take a breath and go the other way. So if you were heading clockwise, head anti-clockwise. Nice, long, slow movement. And just finishing that cycle and coming back to the center. Now, I don't know about you, but I get a lot of clicks and cracks through the neck doing that. So it's a nice, beautiful stretch. The next one we'll do, so just going to pop our arm over our head towards our ear, and with the opposite arm, I'm just going to fingertips if you can, forehand if you can. I start off on the fingertips and just gently pop the head down, trying to reach our ear to our shoulder. And as we're warming up into that stretch, if you can, just getting those fingertips a little lower to the ground. And just slightly angled, so you're looking at your opposite kneecap. And just holding there for one more breath. Or we release back, lift up nice and gently, and we swap sides. So got right hand to the ground now, lifting my left over. And you might find that you're stiffer in one side more than the other, which is perfectly fine. Just trying to extend that stretch, taking a deep breath in and slowly releasing and trying to get a little bit deeper into that stretch. And gently your head forward, looking at your opposite knee. And just lifting it up gently again. And back into the center. With the next one, we'll intertwine our hands. I'm going to lift them up towards the back of our neck. What we're going to do, so back of the head, base of the head, just above the neck, just gently dropping our chin to chest, taking nice, long, deep, slow breaths. And with each breath out, just trying to get stretched. So that's putting a little bit more pressure on the back of the head, leaning forward. Nice long deep breaths while you're seated here. And trying to release all of that tension that builds up in the back of the neck. Especially whilst we're all sat over laptops. Just gently lifting your head back up. Keeping your hands intertwined. We're going to lift them above the head. Lifting above the head. What we're going to try and do is physically drop our shoulders down. And opening up our chest. So reaching up, trying to really open up our chest. Even look at my chest. And whilst we're doing this, trying to squeeze our upper back muscles together. Almost like there's a pencil between our shoulder blades and we're squeezing that pencil. We're just going to lean slightly to the left. Get a nice stretch underneath the armpit. Trying to keep the chest open. And coming back into the center. And slide to the right or to your left. Opposite side. Remembering to take deep, long breaths. And then bringing it back into the center. Just slowly releasing. Nice. Bringing our left arm, coupling up with our right. Here, shoulder stretch. Do my shoulder stretches. I try and push this shoulder back towards the way it's come from whilst I'm hugging it in nice and tight. And what we're going to do is we'll just lift the same arm into an overhead tricep stretch, so tricep back of the arms. Just pointing those fingers down towards your middle back. What you can do is lean over slightly as well, and again getting a nice stretch through that armpit area. And gently releasing, we're going to swap sides. So, trying to keep it nice and straight, then I'm pushing, if you can see that slight movement, pushing that shoulder back. Nice long deep breaths. If anything's feeling like it's tinging or it's painful, just release it a little bit. And as you're taking your deep breaths, trying to just hold it a little bit tighter, pushing that shoulder back towards the shoulder socket a little bit further and getting a nice deeper stretch. We'll just pop that arm over our heads, holding back of our elbow with our other arm, trying to lift our chest, getting into that nice deep tricep stretch. Bringing it back into the middle and just releasing nice and slowly. And we'll get into a little bit of back work as well, and upper back work. So if you've got a mat and you can turn on your side, we turn on our sides here. I try and keep our knees about hip width apart, nice and even. We're going to pop our hands down in front of us. I try and spread my fingers nice and wide. It's great to get that hand stretch. Hands directly underneath our shoulders. What we're going to do is we're breathing in, we're just curling up, sucking in our tummy muscles. And as we're breathing out, we're releasing, looking straight ahead and lifting up. Look to see. And as we're breathing in again, lifting up. And breathing out, looking up towards the ceiling. So for those that do yoga, you'd know that this is called the cat-cow pose. Nice way to stretch out the body, the back. So let's do 3 more of those. On your next move, we're just going to lift our legs gently and come back into a downward dog. So with this one, you should feel the stretch in the back of your legs. Power through the front of the arms. If that's too strong for you, just come back down and continue on with the cat-cows. And if you can here, lift onto the balls of your feet and then drop your left heel down. Get a nice stretch through the back of your calf and back of your left hamstring. And then lift back up onto the balls of your feet and drop your right heel down. Back up onto the balls of your feet. Drop both heels down. And you might not touch the ground here. That's fine. Both quite stiff. We'll do one more cycle, lifting up onto the balls of the feet. The left foot down. Lifting back up onto the balls of the feet. And put the right foot down. And back up. And pop both feet down. And we'll come back to our knees and drop our bums onto our heels. Drop our head in between our hands and just take a few deep breaths there. Great. How are we feeling there? Good. Getting a little bit warm, I can see. Maybe some people taking off their long sleeves. That's what it's about, warming up the body. So I'm conscious of time. We'll probably give it another 5 minutes unless you want to keep going. I've got time. What we'll do is we get into some hip flexor stretches. Okay, so from this position, just do them nice and gently today. We're going to sit up on our knees again. Now, if you've got problems with your knees, if your knees get a little bit stiff, maybe pop a towel underneath. Right, we'll take our right foot forward, trying to suck in the tummy. Okay, knees square, going to bend forward there, bend nice and deep. So you should feel this stretch through the front of your groin, through that hip flexor area. You might want to lift your opposite arm, lifting the opposite arm and the slight lean over and your hip flexor. Right arm onto your knee. What I like to do gently is I just take that knee open a little bit and really open up that groin area. Just gently. And bring it back in. Let go of that arm if we can. Pop the toes up, leg nice and long now. We're lifting up from our hips, hands over the head, and trying to lean the crown of our head over our toes. Now, if you can't reach your toes, that's fine. I don't reach my toes most days. Grab onto your ankle, onto your calf, grab onto wherever you can. And to make this a slightly deeper stretch, try and push your right hip back and lift your toes up. Face forward if you can. I'm facing an angle here to speak, but face forward if you can. And just gently lift. Feet back on the ground. And we'll swap sides. So left leg out. We'll start there, knees nice and square, toes pointing forward, nice deep hip flexor stretch, squeezing the tummy, chest up, squeeze the butts, left hand on left knee, right arm up and lean towards the left. If you'd like, lean that left foot out a little bit. I use the forearm, my forearm to do that. Really opens up the groin. Taking the leg back in, releasing the arm, toes pointing up, hips facing forward, lifting up nice and tall, trying to reach the head over your toes. Now you might find that you have more stiffness on one side more than the other, that's fine. Trying to push the toes back, left hip back. And foot down on the ground, bending back into that knee. And lifting back down, we'll just drop into child's pose again. Taking a few deep breaths there. And when you're ready, just walking your hands back in towards you and gently lifting and sitting towards the front of your mat. 20 minutes sure goes quickly when you're having fun, doesn't it?
It really does. Thank you so much, Helen. That was awesome. What a great way to start the day. I'm sure everyone agrees.
Excellent. Thank you.
No problems.
Anyone have any questions for Helen? Anything you want to ask?
What are your questions?
So we'll see. So Friday we'll be back with function. Stage.
Come along. It's
Thank you.
fun. Have a great day, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Thank you so much for taking the time.
No
I
problem.
really appreciate it.